Hi, I'm Davina and I currently live in Surbiton and I work for the YMCA in the marketing department. So today my topic is about the health and wellbeing industry and how it needs to be the most inclusive industry out there as people's mental health and physical health depend on it. So currently the health and wellbeing industry, I feel for me personally, has definitely evolved and become a lot more inclusive. I remember when I first started my journey, my fitness journey, and attempting to step into the world of health, well-being and fitness, it did feel very intimidating, overwhelming, and you felt a lot more just anxious attempting to do anything. And that was always shown even through wanted to find fitness wear as well. That was something that was very, very hard to find at times. Is either the trousers were too big or too small or too short. And then even when you go to certain gyms, the people that they used to advertise were people that were just so far from what I thought was my normal. So it's definitely evolved a lot more now. The gym that I go to, I feel a lot more comfortable in, and I can find clothing as easy as anybody else can now. And yes, it's definitely helped my journey a lot more now. So my first experience of when I first decided that I wanted to try the gym, for example, again, it was very overwhelming. You kind of look around at everybody else, you feel like you don't really know what you're doing. And I feel like everybody feels like that no matter what, whether you're male, female, whatever size you are, whatever height you are, everyone always feels a bit anxious. And I kind of started off small. And then later on, as I kind of found that, oh, I really enjoy this. And again, I started feeling a lot more confident, and my mental well-being definitely became a lot more better in myself. I just started noticing like things within myself and personal improvements. And then I then decided to invest a bit of my own money in it, invest in my life. And I got like a personal trainer. We did about a few sessions together. And that definitely helped, because then it gave me a lot more confidence to go into the gym and to do certain things, because I had got that kind of training. And I just kind of continued from there. And again, you just become a lot more confident in what you're doing. And I stopped caring so much about what I thought people were thinking. And I just continued to grow in that way, and still continuing to grow now. I guess I've always been interested in fitness. And I think for most people, everybody wants to work out. It's not as if nobody wants to. But because of what we've been shown all our lives, it does make you feel very excluded. It makes you feel on the outside. And I guess the health and wellbeing industry seemed like a private club for people who are only skilled or who looked a certain way. And yeah, it didn't make you feel very included at all. But I guess I personally got to a place where I started feeling more confident in myself, and I started to find my own inner strength, and that's what helped me in my journey. But recently there was this article that was released based on the fact that Nike had, in their London store, they had put their first plus size mannequin in the store, and it caused a lot of controversy online, a lot of positive feedback and a lot of negative feedback. And the Telegraph, for example, they released this article that wasn't very positive and used a lot of negative words. And it just reminded me of a place where I used to feel, or how people would feel, attempting to want to kind of like work out or go to the gym or find a sport and activity. And I guess that's what's inspired this kind of talk today, the story that I wanted to share, because I feel like everybody deserves the right to be free. Everyone deserves the right to attempt to want to find something fun to do, and nobody should feel like an outcast. For me personally, again, it all started with, I actually found a class that I really liked. For example, I love body combat, and I love lifting weights, and I just generally found a love for working out. And once you kind of enjoy something, it becomes easier to do. And then my mental state became a lot more clearer, and I became a lot more confident in myself. So that's what helped me. Just mentally, and just be feeling a lot more confident. Right now, I mean, I feel like whether it's a leisure centre or you're in the fitness fashion industry, it is definitely becoming a lot more inclusive. Like I said before, I can find clothes as easily now as anybody else can. Like, and everyone deserves that right to be able to be equal. Everyone is equal. And so it's definitely evolving. And I feel like for example, I think it was 2017 when Nike kind of finally released its first kind of full range plus size wear. And that was like, what, 2 years ago, but it's still definitely evolving. There's other fashion brands or fashion fitness brands now that are definitely encouraging women of all different shapes and sizes to get involved in the fitness world. There's movements happening, online movements happening, and it's very encouraging to see. One thing that definitely holds people back is definitely fear and the lack of confidence. I think it was found in a research by Sport England that 40% of women aged 16 and over actually do not work out at all. And that is, from their research, they found that that was because they had a fear of what people would say. There was fear there, and there was the fact that they didn't feel confident enough. And for me, I think the first step is definitely to face the fear and do it anyway, and to find that inner confidence, because again, most women, and I use myself as an example, actually want to do it. It is just fear that kind of gets in people's way. So yeah, I definitely think that you can find your inner strength, find a sport that you like, and just do it. I mean, it sounds really silly, but it actually really helps when you do find something stylish to wear. I think that definitely helps, something that you feel comfortable in. Finding a friend or a buddy, or finding a place or a sport that you just like, that you've always wanted to try, no matter how ridiculous or silly it might seem to other people, whether it's tennis, whether it's swimming, whether it's skateboarding. Like, just try something that you've always wanted to do and just do it. So today I just want to encourage everyone to do something that they've always wanted to do, whether that is in fitness, whether that's in whatever area in your life, and to feel the fear and just to do it, and to stop listening to lies or negativity, because that only hinders yourself. And I hope that people that see something like a mannequin in a store that represents them, that they feel included and confident to do something they've always wanted to do. And yeah, I hope that we can all continue on a great journey to overall freedom and health and well-being.